Hello and welcome to another video. And Tommy Tallarico has posted a review, or link to a review on Eurogamer apparently, which clearly looks absolutely fake. It just looks like obvious product placement. So I'm calling it out now. You know, we'll get into why in a bit. But he says for months there have been people asking, and in some cases demanding, that we send an Amico to a completely unbiased magazine or website reviewer that no one at Intellivision knows, etc. Well, he doesn't know me. You know, sure, exchanged a couple of emails, etc. That was, you know, later on. That was when I was trying to get a refund. But I'm not one of the Amico cult, as you've pretty much gathered. But anyway, he didn't have me in mind. He's sent it to Germany for whatever reason, but he says here is the first complete hands-on review from such a publication. Well, I'm sure I'm looking forward to the gameplay. I'm looking forward to seeing some footage as the machine boots up and so on. This was published in German for now, so I'm giving you all the Google link to the English translation. So again, I'll post this link in the video description below, but I'll go through the website anyway. He says also cool to note that the two people who reviewed it were both young women. The byline reads, "Well, anyone who misses the Wii will make friends with the Amico." Yeah. And he says, "Let me know what your thoughts of the review and what your favourite parts or quotes were." Well, Tommy, yeah, I can, you know, this is on the Atari Age forum, by the way. I can, you know, give you my thoughts, give you a brutally honest review of that review. But when I log into Atari Age, and this is for your particular thread, I get, oh, what's this? You're banned from this topic. You can't read it. Well, I never. Thank you very much, Tommy. You're very, very clear and transparent. You know, you're really up for a free and fair and open discussion with everyone, aren't you? Dear, oh dear. Still, Tommy says he does like young women, and well, we can certainly see that in this particular video, because not sure what this is from. This is, I'm not sure what the original video is from. This is on the Have an Amico Day channel, Tallarico Saturday Night Special, and for whatever reason he's positioned between these two ladies, and for some reason these women are quite taken with him. God knows why. Well, he's obviously rich and he's got a Ferrari that they might want to go for a ride in, but this is cheesy in the extreme.
Tommy!
And if you don't stop, I'm going to kick your ass, all right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so drawn to you right now.
Really? And I to you.
Cool.
God, probably getting some of that grease from his hair on her fingers. Then for whatever reason, they're doing a sort of quiz bit where, why they're holding controls, I don't know for this particular part, but they're shouting at the screen of these ladies.
Oh, my favorite.
All right, the question is, what is the most popular playing piece in a Monopoly game?
Yes? Come on, Melissa. Oh.
She don't know. She don't know. I don't know.
I'm sorry, the horse is incorrect. The race car is the most popular. That's the one everybody likes.
Then it gets even more cringy because we have...
But you know what? Ladies, I'm not going to make you flash because they didn't make enough noise last time you did.
Show me
All
the
right, now you have to flash.
Yeah, I'm not going to show that on my video. When they pull up their tops... yeah, I'll put a link for in the video description, but when they pull up their tops... actually, I'm not sure whether I will link this one in the description, but it's on the Have a Nice Amico Days channel. Yeah, when they pull it up, they put a caption over their breasts anyway, so they don't get to see anything. But then things get even more cringy just at the end of all this.
Yes. Show the eyes. Show the eyes. Ah! All right, I want to thank you to Lion Hall, and thank you, Tommy. We're out of here. Come on, baby.
Yeah, that's a face for the ages, isn't it? But first, a word from our sponsor. No, not really. This is, yeah, before I'm going to get into anything else, last time I ranked all the songs on the DJ Game Studios album about video games, and now a new challenger has entered the ring, Canadian Gamer with his Amico Nights album. I'm not going to play the songs as there's some copyrighted music in there, and it is a spoof, but I will put a link in the video description below, so that is a very funny video, well worth checking out. And just before we get to the review itself, another couple of little teasers. We get This is on Reddit. Totally misleading picture to suggest that the console itself is shipping, not just empty boxes. This is from Hans. Hans, who ruled Gamecom, according to OEB Pete. Oh. And yeah, they're making it look like there's loads of stuff in the box. I mean, yes, that stuff is in the box, but one of each, and $20 each. But that's making it look, to the casual observer who's just flicking past on Instagram, it's making them look like they're actual proper cartridges in the box without picking them up and flipping them around. So yeah, that's dodgy as hell. And then this is from Goose. Busted. Basically, members of the public, so-called members of the public, in the latest Intellivision Amico video. So this is the Boomers one, I think. Yeah, Boomers. So I'm not going to just play the video. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, we'll just go through. I have watched it all, but basically, there's people who do just wearing items of clothing. Yeah, giving items of clothing to wear. I mean, they could have been given it just for, just to, say a few things about the Amico. Play the Amico, we'll give you a T-shirt, and then we'll ask you to film a bit afterwards. That's always entirely possible. But the plot thickens. First, a happy chap in green. Yeah, him. He's a long-time fan of Electric Playground and reviews on the Run, the show and channel which Tommy used to be in. So there we go. Yeah, so Tommy knows him. That's the guy's obviously lost a little bit of weight there since. Oh no, is he the guy on the left? Not sure. I thought it was the guy on the right for a minute, but that's definitely not Tommy in the right-hand picture anyway. But he's one of those two anyway, and maybe he's the one with glasses because he's got glasses in the Amico video. Anyway, basically Tommy knows him. I thought one of them was meant to be Tommy, given the connection. But anyway, then the more professional-looking dude who was very impressed. This chap, he wasn't wearing an Amico shirt. He's a speaker at Octane though. So Victor Cow. I thought his hair was sort of spiked up at both sides, like sort of devil horns, but no, it's just the way it's been cut. And Octane, what's that I hear you ask? And yeah, it's basically well, that just looks like a press release there. Named finalists for Octane's 2020 High Tech Innovation Awards, and of course we know what happened in 2021. They actually won the award, even though the console isn't finished and it's not out. So, and it's a company who helps startups, and guess which company is one of those startups? Intellivision. And then it says, not only that, but there's more from this particular chap and Tommy in Intellivision. Oh, so yeah, so they know each other anyway. So it's nothing is what it seems. There he is again. Because is that LinkedIn? Do people still use LinkedIn? I think the next one is the one I've already covered her, Amy Shields, which is the actress. So I've covered her before. So yeah, so we know what the score is there. Anyway, and so we get to the Eurogamer review, and this. I think I've got a bit of windy pops popping up again. This sounds like something just screamed from the depths of Beelzebub. Something very weird with this website. I hate websites that do this. Now, I already clicked on cookie settings, and then it seems to think I've not clicked on cookie settings. I'll try and refresh it. I click on cookie settings, blah, 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 confirm my choices, fine. But if I refresh the screen again, or if you go out and come back to the website, it does it again. I've already given you my cookies. What the hell do I have to do? Do I have to accept all cookies all the time to get rid of it? Let's just have a go at that. Does that get rid of it? Come on, trying to refresh the screen. See that? Oh, no, fucking hell. What a pile of shit. Eurogamer, you are wank. And you're also shills. In Intellivision Amico, we exclusively tried the not-so-classic gaming console. From whom the Amicos... whatever. Judith and Melanie tried the new console and described their first impressions. And you look at the opening bit, there's obviously a bit of a gap there. What's all that about? What was meant to go there that's now gone? It's not like there's a gap. It's not like I've somehow turned off images, because images pop up later on. Anyway, Judith and I had the privilege of being the first in Germany, pretty much anywhere, to try out the Intellivision Amico. In a 3-hour game session, we eagerly fed on fish, fired rockets at a target, and sunk a few balls in the pool. We took a particularly close look at the controllers because when we had them in hand, we realised they're a bit different. Surely, does realise have a Z in Germany? Oh, then again, it's automatic translation, isn't it? So, yeah. They're a bit different from typical gamepad on contemporary consoles. When unpacking, however, I first fell on the chic game covers. Simple. I keep doing that. It's just going to keep bringing up the original text. They are simple and in a pretty cyan hue. The console and controller have no unnecessary bells and whistles. Really? Really? Well, unless we rate the small, colourful flashing strips. Yeah, there's tons of shit going on that. I mean, it did look quite cool initially, but when you realise how much power the thing's going to need and how quickly the controllers will run out of power, it's a joke. Which says you have, in regards to the box, you can actually just hold it up to the console and the title can be installed. It incidentally also works if the game is still welded. I think that means sealed, which should be helpful to collectors. So yeah, you can just put the game there and it will install. And then the idea being with this NFT blockchain palaver that I wish I could find the post regarding that, but basically to create an NFT in a blockchain, someone worked out that it requires the amount of energy that's equivalent to 5.5 days power generated by the average family house. 5.5 days power for this shitty little NFT thing. So Tommy says that it's all going to be environmentally friendly and recyclable packaging. And OEB Pete creamed his pants about being recyclable packaging. As if he's going to throw anything away, he sticks it on his shelf with all the other games he's bought and not played. Yeah, I'm guilty of that sometimes, but you get to a point where you just have to stop buying stuff. But he'll never give them away. He'll never use this NFT thing, even if it exists, and even if the console ever exists. And there's no way he will ever sell anything. He'll have them put in his bloody tomb, inside his coffin. Never mind any keepsakes from his family when he's stuck inside the box. He'll just say, "I want my Amico," like DJC Game Studios. But it's for all this talk about environmentally friendly and recyclable packaging, which got him excited. The NFT blockchain requires the energy of 5.5 days of the average family house. So it's bullshit. Anyway, that's the picture. We were allowed to tuck into the limited collector's edition volume 1. You know what's in the thing anyway. Innovative control system with touchscreen. Everything is kept very functional and practical. The console, the rectangular controllers feel less valuable than those of the big competition. But the controllers have some features that make even the DualSense look stupid. Well, DualSense doesn't look stupid. I mean, the only thing I don't like about, I don't like it, but a bit redundant. I was playing WRC10, and everything, I like to capture everything that's part of the gameplay. One thing I can't capture is that for whatever reason, as well as the noise going on in the game, if I go over a piece of rough grass or whatever, I get some odd sounds that reflect that coming out of the controller. Why? It's completely irrelevant. Just put it in the game that I can hear through my speakers. Why do I need to hear extra stuff popping out of the controller? Surely that just brings the battery power life down even more. So I could get rid of that. But it says overall you can imagine the Amico controller more like a well-fed smartphone, only that the small touchscreen shares space with the brown control pad. The control circuit has a light ring that shows the player's colour, so everyone knows who's currently on the move and which operating bracket belongs to which player. So that's a bit like the PlayStation controllers. They have, if you've got more than one, they'll light up in different colours. We come to the touchscreen, I thought it was pretty cool to use a controller with such a control element, even if it wasn't sensibly used in every game. What I mean by that is that it's not that it was completely useless, but that a thumbstick or other steering element would have done the screen's job just as well. It was only when the white ball was aligned in pool that the true strength of the small touchscreen became apparent. Its flexible use. So they're giving a bit of slight criticism there, making it sound like it's not a paid shill review, but then they're going, oh, but it's all fantastic anyway. So the controls, it really needs that touchscreen. You could save a lot of battery power and a lot of money by not having the screen at all if you just had a frigging thumbstick in there. I mean, I like to think that Xbox and PlayStation have got things pretty well down with their controllers. I mean, I don't know, the Nintendo ones aren't the most brilliant ones out there, but yeah, the PlayStation and Xbox ones are fine. Why go back to this stupid dial system? That's from like 40 fucking years ago. Ugh. So for the next bit, you can only see part of the image at the moment. I'll scroll down in a minute, but it says, similar to the Jackbox party games, with Amico there's often a situation that something is not only happening on the large shared screen. Each player has to type around on the small screen for himself, such as to select a character. Oh god, you could do that on the main screen as well. It's completely bloody redundant. Sometimes the sensor is a bit too sensitive in the game, and the crosshairs and missile command didn't slip once in the heat of the moment. Fortunately, it's just a virtual city that is being destroyed because of this upsee. So they could easily. It's just completely irrelevant. And they're trying to make it look like it's not a paid shill review by giving slight criticisms that aren't major things. Rather than just saying everything is absolutely fantastic, but they're just trying to make it look like it's not paid. A controller that opens the world to many new possibilities. Intellivision has also reinvented the wheel for the control pad, quite literally, because this is a control pad with 4 directions and a rotating wheel at the same time. In some games you use turning for fine adjustments, in others you click up, down, left, right to move. After we played Shark, in which you move through the water by turning the wheel, I was initially very confused that I hardly moved in Astro Smash and only destroyed a few asteroids. Well, you can just have a gamepad with a thumbstick. You don't have to use that stupid dial thing. Madness. Only when I was already well behind with the dots did it finally click. I don't have to turn but press. Each title uses a controller a little differently. Most of them don't even use it at all because they've not even been developed yet. In addition, the Amico controller has motion control, a third tool with which the already numerous application possibilities can be expanded. This was used in our test session at Evel Knievel. There we could adjust the angle at which the missiles were fired by simply tilting the controller left or right. We could probably do that with the PlayStation controller even if it was necessary. So you have a bit of a Wii feeling in the living room. Well, you need to go to the toilet. 2 small buttons on each of the 4 rounded corners are reminiscent of the classic console controller and also have the same function. If you're left-handed or if you just like it different, you can turn the controller upside down and swap the position of the touchpad and rotary wheel. The screen rotates as soon as you press tiny button home once. Alright, yes, that's just to press it, just to bring the, just to make it realise that you've turned it upside down. I thought, aren't there supposed to be gyroscopes in this thing that would, like a phone, that would realise that you've turned it upside down already? Then we have Amico makes children happy and adults too. And as we just scroll down very slightly, it says on the picture there, if you don't want to buy 8 controllers for the whole gang, the smartphone will do the same. You can use your daily companion on the console via the app. So they could have saved a lot of money by only having 1 controller in the unit, because there'll always be someone who's got a smartphone in the house these days. And these things cost £60 a pop. 60 UK pounds. That'll be around about $80, I imagine. I know it's about 100 Canadian dollars. So I'm guessing it's about 80 US dollars roughly. Maybe 90 even, I don't know. No, it's probably about 80. But yeah, so no one's going to buy 8 of these damn things. Absolute madness. But it says, for us, controllers and games were easy to understand overall, with small exceptions confirming the rule. This is also important because the Amico is not necessarily intended for an extended gaming evening alone on the bed. Yeah, that's because the games last about 5 minutes before you get bored of them. But rather to use spontaneously with family or friends. Yeah, so they'll get bored as well. So you spend all this money on a ton of controllers and the unit, not to play it. What's the point of that? I wonder if there was a viable alternative, a viable family-based console alternative to the Amico. Can you think of one? I mean, I can't honestly. Hey ho. The console is quick to set up and should be accessible and intuitive to use by players of all generations. Yeah, because soccer mums and grannies know all about NFT and blockchain, don't they? But do you have dogs who just lick everything that comes before their mouths? Or children with whom gross motor skills are the order of the day? Not an issue. The controllers are waterproof and can fall off from time to time. How waterproof? Did you try flushing them down the toilet? I doubt it. The family reunion or the wild flat share evening will not fall into the water because of curious children or a hunk of alcohol. Yeah, I doubt very much they tried putting this down at 20,000 leagues under the sea and seeing how well it did afterwards. Or maybe flushing it down the toilet and seeing, yeah, so then nipping along to, I don't know, where yeah, the River Mersey, which flows through Stockport, and fishing your controller out by the time it comes out the other end. I doubt very much they tried that. And then we get to the final part. Our first impression, a solid alternative for the classic board game generation collection. Do people still play board games? I don't know. I played board games when I was a kid. It was very much a kind of thing we played when I was under 10. And we lived in a house we moved house when I was 11. And what I didn't realise at the time, we were downsizing to a smaller house. And yeah, there were. I don't know, you only sort of there's so much going on when you move house, and you don't realise kind of what you've not got. And I only realised recently after my mother died that my sister told me that in the big cupboard where we used to keep all the board games, when we moved house, she just left them behind. She didn't pack them up at all because obviously we hadn't used them. We hadn't used them for so long. By that time, the age of 11, well, from the age of a few years before that, I was more into video games than anything else. So I certainly wasn't doing anything with with board games, and so we just got rid of them. I didn't even realise. I didn't even miss them because I don't know. Maybe I just presumed they'd all been chucked out anyway. But I don't know. It's difficult to think back almost 40 years. But yeah, it's I don't know. Once video games come along, you stop paying attention to board games. Anyway, the Intellivision Amico is an interesting device with controllers between smartphone and gamepad. It offers a lot of crazy possibilities that have not yet been available on any other system. Really, I can think of at least one. This could be many more innovative experiments for the future of this console. However, this wild mix also makes for a few small compromises. The controller feels a bit clunky. Oh, you're not earning your money there. And the elements are sometimes not that easy to use with small hands. For example, I can't get my thumb to the opposite end of the touchscreen. The Amico, a friend in Italian, well, he's blocked me, so he's not a friend of mine, is always available for cooperative or competitive game sessions in small or large groups with up to 8 people. Whether you have fun with the console depends very much on your expectations. Small retro doodle games, educational games and other family-friendly and social titles, together with a versatile controller, do not form a crass gamer setup, but rather a digital extension of your board game collection, which nobody ever uses. But that's a good thing, because we already have consoles from Sony, Nintendo and Microsoft for the big 60-hour AAA games. There is currently no fresh alternative to the Wii, or a traditional board game box that brings together friends on the sofa to compete or unites the entire family in front of the TV. Well, I beg to differ. The Nintendo Switch, that's a family-based console. I don't know if you put them together, you can have, I don't know what it was. It was like that 51 games or whatever it is. 51 family games. Not quite sure what it's called, but if you look at 51 games on Amazon, you'll see it. But yeah, it's 51 games, all in one title, one box. You know, that's exactly what families would buy: a Nintendo Switch and that. They don't need to spend $5 or $10 on each individual game. You'd spend as much as the console buying all those games. You know, so you'd spend $500 on the whole thing. But you don't have to, because it's all in one little game box. Eurogamer, you know, you claim to be understanding of games, but you clearly don't know shit about the Wii. I know more about the Wii, and about the Switch. I know more about the Switch, and I've only had it a few weeks. But they say for such a target group, the Amico seems to be the right filler in terms of market technology. They're earning their money again now. Everyone has to decide for themselves whether it's worthwhile with its price of €280. Of course it fucking isn't. There are some comments. See, Melanie Wiseman. Melanie can usually be found online on the PC in addition to multiplayer. And this C, she likes alliteration and stupid word games. Well, she's made up a whole load of stupid words there. Occasional building Lego helps her to switch off. Good for her. But, I don't know, maybe it's... You never know these days. It could be good for they. You know. I don't like to assume pronouns. I am not Leo. Did you experience any controller lag? It has been a visible problem in earlier footage. Have they fixed that yet? Well, they don't bother actually replying to their... They create an article, but they don't actually bother responding to any comments. Pathetic. Icky under... The article ends with a €280 cliffhanger. Up to this sentence, I was actually in the why not camp. Is anyone buying this? What do you think is good as the first console? I don't understand what that means. Unless compared to the original Intellivision. But that was 40 years ago. John Donson says, I feel the same way. I would have been tempted to go below the €200 mark, but not for 279. And Krush Meister 2009 says, I don't know why I said that in a Scottish accent. All I can say is Ambemic and Burnick 351. Huge selection of games and costs half that. I did look that up. I think it's one of those ones where you can sort of download dodgy ROMs for it and play them on the go. There's quite a few of those knockoff consoles, or just sort of have a whole load of stuff on something that emulates a whole load of consoles. Yeah, I mean that's not the kind of thing a family will be aiming for, because you'd have to understand how to install games on the thing and so on. But yeah, families aren't going to go for that. But then families will just go for the easiest thing, which is a Switch. It's plain and simple. Tommy's trying to compete with the Switch basically, and he's got no fucking chance whatsoever. Anyway, there we go. What do you think of this review? I think it's fucking horseshit. Anyway, I've done enough talking for now, and my voice is going yet again. I think I've finally shaken that cold, but it's yeah, I'm not feeling brilliant still. Anyway, let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And I've lost track of what I was saying. Let's start again. Please let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell for all the notifications. You have an Amico day, and Q Genesis.